Welcome to the channel. It is Happy Friday. Happy Friday to all. I am Miss Marie, but you guys will call me Gray Mama. And yes, absolutely, absolutely, yes. I'm going to give it to you straight. Come on, guys. One more time. Welcome on this beautiful Friday. I hope everybody's doing well. We are here live. Thank God for another day here on earth. We are so blessed and happy to see another beautiful sunrise. So this is love. Today's Venusian day, as I understand it. According to the tarot, not me. All right, I am just a messenger, and I'm here to see what love has in store for you, moving into a new cycle with the new moon. Okay, which will be happening tomorrow. So every month, because of you know a new cycle begins, and it takes place in Virgo, and that's all about having the balance. Okay, having the time to nourish our relationships between work, our commitments, our home environment, our work environment. And so, yeah, this new moon sets a whole different ripple effect and a connection to home, to being, the best version of ourselves. We all seeking that stable partner, that commitment, slow and steady approach, and it is all up to you. Let's go ahead here from Pisces to Aries in that order. Let's see. Today for Pisces, what maybe you need to, you know, what needs your attention? What could you nourish today? If they give me finances, then I'll talk to you about that. But with that being said, all signs, here we go. One more. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in if you have a question. One more for all my beautiful zodiac signs, for the signs of Piscean, for the Piscean through the Arian, the Aries. Here, one more. Here we go. From Aries to Pisces. Hello, Jessica Andrews. Welcome to the live. If you have a question, you can put it down there. Put it on the live. I am shuffling for all 12 signs when it comes to love, life, how to build stronger bridges, how to change the narrative. Let's go ahead. Pisces, the Three of Pentacles. Today, the energy of, you see this as the energy of collaboration, of course, is finding hidden clues, all right? Because the church just say, hey, I can't talk to my dad. I can't talk to my dad no more. What happened, sweetie? So Pisces today is all about collaborating, working together as a team. All right. So if you're seeking that partner that's like, if you value here collaborating, effectiveness, right? How to make the connections more. Teamwork is needed, and it needs to have that balance between you and the person. Maybe bring somebody in. Maybe have to talk to somebody if you're going through any issues where they don't really understand you, having commitment issues, or maybe if you committed to somebody, all right, maybe a lack of communication because of careful planning. Maybe they're, finding the middle ground here, the common ground between you and your person is what it's all about. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry, Jessica Andrews. I'm so sorry, sweetie. Okay, remember, he's with you in spirit. He's not with you physically, but in spirit, he's with you, okay? He's watching over you, okay? I'm so sorry for your loss. I know exactly how you feel. My condolences, my deepest condolences. All right? You know, butterflies always represent hope and remind us that no matter where, when it comes to spirit, there is no separation. All right? So just remind yourself, of the beautiful moments. Those are spiritual messages. So pay attention to that as far as that's concerned. All right? Put light for him. All right? Pray for whatever it is that you want. Like if you want to have more, like more calm, You know, it'll happen little by little. It's not an easy process. Okay, but I'm so sorry that you're going through. Yeah. So just remember that he's always with you. You don't have him physically, but you have him in spirit. Okay? Just please understand that there's no separation when it comes to spirit. All right? And just light candle, send him love and light and remember that he's always with you. Okay, sweetie? I'm so sorry. Hi, chatted. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Hello, hello, hello. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming to the live. Hi, Lakita Taylor. Good morning, guys. Welcome to the live. Happy Friday. Happy blessed Friday. Are we so blessed to see another day? And so just keep that, keep your, keep your faith. Believe in yourself. Yes, absolutely. Can I ask for an advice? Yeah, absolutely. But this is according to tarot, okay? So, I cannot give you personal advice, okay? Like if the young lady that was here, if it's something like that, it's different because I'm just giving her, encouraging her. Hey, Kaylee, welcome to the live. Thank you guys for being here. Hey, Kaylee, if you guys have any questions, give me your ages and give me your sign. Hi, Bada. How are you, sweetie? Welcome to the live. Welcome. I'm good. I'm good, and you? How are you? It is Friday, guys. Every Friday brings us a new energy. We're heading into a new cycle. All right. We're heading into a new cycle and that sense of ripple effect. So make sure that whatever you believe in, I'm not here to encourage anybody to do something out of their belief system. But just be mindful, that we need to practice compassion and gratefulness. Oh, hey, Aries, Lakita, Aries Queen, the leader, the bossy, Miss Bossy, with a good heart. All right. I'm Cancer, will PV, and I reconcile, and what will happen the next between us. Capricorn, hey, Cat. What's up? Capricorn 12, loving the energy. All right, so Ibata, she asked a quick question. All right, so I'm Cancer. Welcome, Cancer. Will PV is a P? Yeah, and I reconcile, and what will happen next between us? All right, so let's go really quick, okay? Because we have a lot of people here. If you guys want to put your questions, let's go ahead, and I'm gonna give it to you straight. You seen uh the title on my on the channel, right? I'm gonna give it to you straight, so everything comes in two. All right. So be prepared. Always expect the best in your relationships and life period, but always be prepared. Okay? It is out of love. It is in the spirit of love. Let's go ahead with Ibadat. Ibadat, my beautiful Cancer Queen. Let's go ahead. Let's see between you and PV. Yes or no, will you reconcile? And then I'm going to give you the bottom. The bottom here is going to tell you what's going to happen next and how long it will take. So just be patient. Remember, love requires patience, communication, and nurturing. Love, light, information. We need to gather some things that require us to want the commitment, but we got to see the other person, what their values are. All right? So working is, love is hurt, it's both. It's pain and pleasure. So you're going to experience them the both. So don't run away from the pain because then you're going to have the experience. Then you know what to compare it to, okay? Because if you don't have the experience, you're not going to know what to compare it to. And the more you want certain things in a relationship, the more of that you're going to get, all right? But you have to have the experience. Here we go. And I'll explain to that in another time. Here we go when it comes to Ibadat, Cancer, between PV and you. Yes or no? Will you reconcile? Let's get it here for you. One more. Up close in person. I can't get any closer than this. Here we go. One more. One more. Thank you, and thank you. All right. So maybe because there's high expectation and there's lack of communication. Okay. So what will happen next? They could come back and they could leave. All right, they could come back. I don't know if this person's been in and out of your life. Okay, so to come back, the lovers is about my soulmate. It could be a karmic soulmate. All right, you know this person before. All right, this person is not new to you. This person is not new to you. This is a soulmate. This is the emblematic tree that's there, standing the storms, weathering the storms. Remember, these trees represent our soul's purpose, our life path. There's temptation there, but there's knowledge. There's things that awaken you. Okay? So when you understand the energy here with the soulmate and that beautiful, that purple, that figure that's there, finding out the truth about who you really are and what you mean in the connection, right? The emblematic tree is, you gotta understand the tree. This tree represents structure, stability, what I'm building on. Okay, emotional landscapes. And if you look behind here, this landscapes here represents the emotional. Okay, how you must survive this in order to keep moving forward and being. This is about communication and expressing how I feel, but this represents having two options. All right, on the other side of the person is love. So there's love here. All right, but what's happening here with the Eight of Wands is a lack of commitment here. I don't know if they, because after you make love to this person, right? It needs both. Fire is water, fire is oxygen. I'm gonna explain to you in the educated way so you can understand, your importance here on earth. So this the evolution of the butterfly represents transformation, change, patience, endurance, right? But it represents mind heart coherence. Because this person has a lot of high expectations, right? Once you understand your life like this, you will never be the same again. He has high expectation. He has hope for the future. All right, but he needs to transform. Like he needs to work on his expectations. A lot of times we put a lot of expectation on the relationship to it because this represents the somebody that it's very firm on what they want, very decisive. All right. So what was the card that came out? All right. I don't know if they're gonna be if they beg you for another chance. If you see the Pope here, the Pope is begging and asking questions. All right. Maybe they're asking somebody for advice here or questions about how they should move forward. I don't know if you want kids, they want kids. All right. I don't know exactly what, or maybe they were with somebody else. You understand me? Cancer, but you belong with this person at the end of the day. The death doesn't mean it's over. Death means the physical aspect of it. All right? The physical aspect of the relationship, not the relationship itself. All right? But in order to transform, we need to communicate between the waxing and the waxing crescent and the waning crescent, okay? So between these cycles in time, this represents the transformation that comes from being patient and maybe lowering a little bit of your expectations. Because if you communicate with this person your needs instead of saying I don't want to deal with, because then you have the 13, 14, 15 withstanding the test of times. You understand me? So I teach mostly here so you can understand how to treat this because a lot of times make love to my mind first. This could be great if the communication is open. A lot of times we're in relationships, right, and they become boring, they become stale because there's nothing else. We need to communicate. We need to. I want my mind to be stimulated. Okay, it is through the process of the mind and the heart, having heart and mind coherent, basically the law of three. When you understand the law of three, nothing that the proton and the electron doesn't move, but it needs oxygen, it needs air, it needs freedom to move and to express. Okay, but could be, all right. Maybe the physical part of it is not because I don't know how you are in your relationship with them, okay? But at the end of the day, there is decisiveness there. But they have high expectations, all right? I think they just get bored. Who are you dealing with here? Because your energy, guys, you got a lot of Gemini, which represents part of your soul's path, right? And then you got Scorpio energy here, but then you have here, so we look at the Kings and then we look at the pole. We're looking at Taurus. All right. Taurus is the part of your soul here, energy here. And we look at childhood here. All right. Childhood neighborhood where you live at. Okay. The horses are about freedom. Freedom so I can find, because it's through the death of the relationship that it gets transformed into new. All right. So this is mother. This is earth energy. But she represents being in a stable relationship, committed. All right. And as you endure the test of times, right? Because the trees that are behind her, they're firm, they're strong, having that security and stability in relationship. She's beautiful, she's powerful. She speaks her mind, and she's not really intimidated by appearances. Okay, but anyway, at the end of the day, I love this stuff. I thought I was gonna be only 1 minute. I'm sorry, but maybe it depends here on move. Like you, it's the focus has to be changed on the mental is very important. Like if you're a person that channels everything in, right, you need to learn how to bring that out. It's by going in and letting that energy come out and communicating. I think a lack of communication is here, but if you reconcile, it could go great. You start rebuilding trust, being honest with each other, what your values are. Okay, if your values being stable, like what position do you play? Do you want to, if you're gonna work from home, because there's a lot of high expectations. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you right now, it looks good. Don't let the death of it. It could be the death of the physical of the aspect of it, because then that death leads into new life. It's all about transitioning at this point, but it's doable. The three of swords, of course, is betrayal. It's ghosting, leaving me, maybe to pursue something else or whatever the case may be. The lovers represents unity. It's at the other side of that person, seeing instead of seeing me as a distant stranger, seeing me part of you, of the whole, unifying. It's all about unity at this point. But I like when the King of Swords shows up because he's serious. All right. So it's up to you to do the work. The Empress, she is lovable, she's kind, but she one thing she goes a little overboard. See, in relationships, for what I have learned, according to this card, and what I have learned, that nobody likes a mother when it comes to it. Depending when it comes to relationship, you understand me? Like you can mother a person because they have their own way of. See, they be brought up different. Okay, when we get into relationships, we don't try to become the mother. Okay, but this is a very motherly energy. All right, and this is the Venus sign is there represents the two opposed, like the feminine, masculine, divine. They're always at war with each other because they're trying to find each other, right? And through that, you create this wedge. All right. So here you're gonna get a little bit of education as well. And a lot of people don't want that, but they move too fast and they don't wait. It's the test of times that's gonna, but it's so doable. When you get with this person and this person reunites with you, now we're gonna go into that really quick, and then I'm gonna move forward. You open the communications. What are your values? Remember, those trees represent our ancestors, but they represent the values, the things that we want. A lot of times we put them aside to the side, and they'll show up later on in our life. All right, what will happen? Let me see if they give you the same energy. If I value efficiency, being able to complete tasks quickly, in the home, teamwork, right? Collaborating with my person, working together, or innovation, creativity, new, it's between the logical, but being original. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Here we go. Financial security, my health, love, experiencing and affection, family, valuing the relationship close with me and you, with the relationship. If I want children, it's not easy. Love is not easy. Love hurts and it heals. It does two things. All right? One more. Remember, we all come with a past. Let's see. One more for you. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you. One more. And thank you. All right. Let's see here. Ooh, whoa, right here. All right. There could be a disappointment. Yeah. Okay. So the Five of Cups is, there they go. They want, it's like, I don't know. They don't feel safe, or It's like they don't feel stable enough, all right? Because the Emperor represents I'm leading I'm leading the relationship. I don't know, it feels like I'm being pushed. All right? Well, I feel like I'm being smothered. All right? Because they I told you, look, it came right back out again. Okay? And he represents discipline and structure. Right? He's assertive. He knows exactly what this person. Oh wow. All right, but it's like I don't know if they missed their freedom or something like that. Okay, I'm sorry. It got like a little block now because the King of Swords. I'm looking for a stability, but I look if I'm leading in a relationship, are my needs being met? And if I'm following, like if you're leading the relationship, this is leading I want to lead. I don't know. Somebody wants control here. All right. I don't want a mother. Is what they're saying. Okay. This is what it's saying. I don't know somebody's mother the relationship, but that's not enough freedom. Because at the end of the day, if I'm leading the relationship, I want. Am I too forceful? Am I too pushy? Am I too demanding? And if I'm being led, I might, vice versa. But yeah, what could happen? There could be a new beginning behind you, but I have to change the focus. All right, you're gonna have to change. You're gonna have to have communication. But I like this when I see and the two of wands is choosing a path between staying and leaving. But they are thinking about coming back. They are. I don't know how long you've been away from this person. A month? You've been away from them a month, or it could be parents or family here. All right. Thank you so much, sweetie. All right, so I've been here 21. That took me 21 minutes. All right, but that's. Oh, almost a year. Wow. Wow. You're welcome. So we having you got five, which is all about changes and freedom. Maybe this person, I don't know, like, cause I got a lot of I got a lot of stable energy there, So just come back real soon. I might go live again tomorrow and then Sunday, I believe. All right. Anybody else has a question? Let me see. Let me see somebody else. I'm not going. Wait, she said I'm not going to be home today. On the Jessica. So sorry for your loss. Hey, Mahi. What's up? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. I usually have the bell here, but I don't have it today. Mahi, how are you? Wow, love takes time. Yeah, you gotta trust in the process here. At this point, Ibadat, you have to trust in the process. Everything just takes time, but you have hope and faith. I like when the King of Swords comes out. It's a message of hope. It is a powerful. Thank you. Fine, fine, fine. Happy Friday. You have any questions? I'm gonna continue on until you put a question there. I'm gonna continue on when it comes to love. Now we're moving into Aquarian. Okay, what does S thinks of and feels for me? No contact. Do we have it? Oh, all right. See, I like that. Yes or no? Yes or no? Get ready for the answer. I might take a little long depending on what I get here, because I pick up a lot of emotions. Okay, and let's go ahead. Mahi, do you have a future? All right. So you like this happy ever. You got the world card. All right. So the world card represents my happily ever after completion. It's time that you know my goal. All right. You honor commitment relationships. All right. As the four corners of the world. All right. It represents stability and unexpected developments. At the end of the day, attracted the same kind of partner that has the same goals as you. Okay. Let's see what the future holds for you guys. when it comes to commitment, a relationship, and building that bridge of trust. One more. See, we have to heal. We have to heal. We have to show them how to heal. If we don't show them, they're never gonna know. They're not gonna learn. We have to be the ones, you know. All right, here we go, Mahi. When you come to UNS, what do the future have for you together? One more. One more. From Mahi and S. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One more. Oh, and thank you. Wow. All right. So they gave me this first. These two fell out first. All right. So I'm going to go in the middle. Okay. So, of course, you got the no contact. You got the sun at the bottom. Uh, you met this marriage here because the King of Swords is marriage. Whether I don't know if he's married because there's here some curiosity. All right, or maybe they're considering it, or maybe they were married before. All right, but right now, what you could expect is I like it because this represents me having the balance, giving into the relationship with equal give and take. When it comes to relationship, is you take some of the weight, then I take some of the weight, some of the responsibility, sharing mutually, you know. But then it represents the Six of Pentacles is the energy, savoring the good life and enjoying, you know, the fruits of my labor, right? And what he said? He's not married. Okay. So the Four Swords, it's a contemplation, it's a worry. Here, I'm gonna give you the versions of it. What you could expect in the future, seeing this person again, okay? Because they are considering marriage here. All right, this represents marriage all day, every day. This person is they like emotional to be emotionally stable. All right, the waters represents things that are running deep. You see the waves there, going to this emotional because you got to remember represent my emotional needs, and it represents the emotional waters shifting to the tides of the emotional side of it. So they like the emotional aspect of it. They dreamy. You understand that they rule with their emotions. So that caring nature, that give and take, you know, that is what you could expect. So we're gonna move into. So we're going on the Earth sign, which is gonna be happening soon. Yeah. No, 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 no. He's curious about what it will be with you. You gotta understand this energy. This is all about the disposition of my emotional needs. This water here, because he doesn't see this person doesn't see you as a drop of water. They see you as the whole ocean. All right. Once you understand the ripples of this, the connection, the ripple effects that this causes this person. So you know, it's like being scared, but then still want the commitment. All right. I don't. But this represents I've been married before. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know if that's. But this is. I want to be emotionally stable. Okay. But the Six of Pentacles represents savoring the good life, giving, receiving, being in an adult connection. But what the thing is that you don't look. This is stagnation. This is thinking. This is reflecting on how I want the relationship to be. Taking my time. I don't know if they worry about money. I don't know if they're not stable. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So when in the sixth house, right? When the new moon, this new shift that's gonna happen there, this could move into that direction to you, because then this represents my home, having the balance between my home, my work, and having the time, because they also like to play. I don't know if they like to gamble. They like to do certain things here, and I don't know if that's gonna give them enough time. But I like the card because this represents having the balance between work, life, career, worrying too much about money. They worry about so many things that haven't even happened yet. All right, you understand me? So give them time. So I see, because you gotta remember, you gotta understand this Virgo energy when it comes to the sixth house. This is where I find the balance between life and business. That they worry about money. Okay, when it goes into the sixth house, that new moon is gonna cause a shift. A new cycle is gonna begin where I'm stable, my career, my routine, and the person that I want to. This is going to bring that energy. You understand? Because it's all about my psychological, my inner psychological, my the size, my relationship, who I want to be with, right? So because this show up, this is getting. See, I have to get things in order and prepared. All right, because the emotions are there. All right. Remember, the water is very, like our water here on Earth is very, very old. So I want to explain this to you. The water has memory. When the sun flare hits it, it carries a frequency, a vibration, a sound. All right. So they are thinking about it, right? So they're spending a lot of time contemplating on how they want it to go. They hope it goes well because here, look, here you got the sun, all right, and this this represents very optimistic and growing with the person, all right. This either because see the little boy outside, he wants the relationship, feeling like a kid again. I don't know if you make them feel young, they feel good. This is having no boundaries, all right. So this person is not controlling the emotions. I'm sorry. Okay. So at the end of the day, I like it. I like this is nice. All right. You're gonna have to. It requires some patience with this person. You're the only person that got that. Even yesterday, the sun represents optimism, success, where I feel happy, where I'm loved. All right, and that is with you. And I don't tell anybody just that. You see it for yourself, right? Because the sun gives you vitality, strength, right? It gives you courage, but it gives you ego. You understand me? So you understand the energy behind the sun, and when the sun is about building a life, building a future with you. This is when you stood the test of time already. This is when you're almost at the end. Because after this, you get the judgment and then the world card. All right. So just be patient. Things will let things fall into place, but have the conversations about the emotions. You got to remember this energy is all about my emotions. Emotions are very important. Yeah, he got. We all have ego. We all have ego, right? We all have ego. We all have pride because of certain things that we've been told. But I like this card because it's a card of nourishing. It's a card of building with you. All right. But we all have ego. Sometimes the ego. Once you have the conversation, this person needs to be stroked a lot, like about that they need reassurance. You understand me? They need that and so you have the conversation. We all are a little complex. All right, but I like it. When I depend on the energy that I pull here, I feel nice and calm. So this energy gave me a calm. And look that my hairs are sticking up. All right, so there's a calm here. All right, so all right, sweetie. So you don't have nothing to worry about. Just how long? Maybe a month. The King of Cups. Look, something might happen because of the moon's energy between the 28th, I mean the 23rd. In November, you might see this person in November, so May, September, October, or before them. I don't know exactly where you met them at because they're giving me. I don't know if he likes going golf. He works on cars, or he could be gas station in town. He like these places. He likes going to these places. All right, there's something here on the third. Okay, because I'm looking at the moon aspect of it. Okay, and yeah. Oh, Oh, you met him at the university. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought you met him somewhere. Well, the moon didn't combine. That represents public places, moving from public places. But I like it because it's a stable energy. You didn't get no moon. The moon is stable, but it goes through a lot of challenges. All right. It gives you a lot of anxiety. Oh boy. All right. Let me continue on. Good luck, but you could always come back. Man, you got some good energy. I like it. I like it a lot. You're welcome, sweetie. All right, let's find out. I'm going to continue on, and then nobody else comes in. I'm going to move forward. You too, sweetie. Have a great day. God bless you. Have a great day. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Let's go ahead to Aquarian. If nobody else comes in, you too. Thank you. One more. Aquarian too. Oh, Aries. Aquarius. This. Let's go ahead, love. Aquarius to Aries. We did Pisces already. Pisces, you got the 3 of Pentacles. One more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One more for Aries to. I mean Aquarius to Aries in that order. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Aries. I mean Aquarius. I keep saying Aries. All right, we're ready for today. Okay. So Aquarius, when it comes to love, expect you making a decision between, because there's got to be a 2 around here. There we go. It's good. Making a decision here or feeling conflicted when it comes to the stability of my relationship, struggling to reconcile. All right. So you're gonna probably be in this emotional. Look, what's going on? Wait a minute. Where is the moon right now? The moon is in Leo. Okay, and Leo is the opposite of you, um, Aquarian. So today you might, because when it's in the opposite in your house, it might. It's not that this is happening. It's that you're gonna go through this emotional state of struggling between your logic and your intuition here. Okay, have to find a balance today between that decision, because it might leave you like, wow, you know. So when you go through these emotional highs and lows, like the moon represents the low and the high tides, shifting those emotional landscapes. So that's what it's gonna feel like today, right? Maybe I want to go and be around it. Maybe I don't. Maybe you just want to stay home. You know, you're gonna have like you probably want to communicate to things, but then you're gonna be like, right? Or maybe I don't really feel like being bothered with when it comes to the emotional side, because he's passionate, he's driven, right? He's charismatic, he's persuasive. But today I'm like, nah, because you're all about your logic. So when your intuition comes in play, when it's in the opposite of you, and Leo is the opposite of you because it represents 2 sides of the same coin, having the same thing in value. So it's gonna give you that push, that different, that shift. All right, and it's once it passes, all right, depending how high the tides are between the moon's energy, and then as we're going into this new moon energy, maybe you're gonna be concentrating more on the stability, my home and my routine. Maybe you're very routine at the same time. All right, so it's nothing to worry about. Even if you don't hear from this person, right, or even if everything's okay, it's gonna feel like that. I want to do something else, and just relax. Let it pass. All right. Remember, the water carries information. It carries the atoms that are in the water represents the fire. And when that energy happens, it carries a ripple effect. So just keep your thoughts positive. You don't want to send that energy out into the universe. Okay, let's go ahead to Capricorn. Capricorn, you have your energy showing up here. Well, it doesn't matter. The Empress represents power. And then you have two major arcana, 2 major themes when it comes to love. So in part of the day you probably want to feel like I want to stay home and just relax, with my person if I'm happy with them. But then by the evening you might want to go out. Let's just say if you're single, you might want to, step out and just have fun, go out in town, get ready. It's like going to be like a this burst of energy for you today, Capricorn, because like at the beginning of the day, everything is great. Everything is, you finding easy solutions when it comes to love. Love making, it's not going to miss you today because that's what it represents. The Empress represents love. And then by the middle of the day, you might find a person leaving, or you might say, hey, listen, let's go out. I'm tired of being bored. You might get a phone call, let's go out. Or somebody could come have a visit with you. Capricorn. Okay, so the Venus energy is all about love. It's about sensuality. It's about passion. You know, it's about having strength. It's about home cooking meals, just being home with my person I'm loved, right? That kind of energy. She's all about, you know, just nurturing and kindness. Maybe you're a little bit going overboard, but at the end of the day, either you'll be going somewhere today, Capricorn, or somebody's coming to visit you with the yin and the yang here, as you guys understand the energy of these two opposing forces. I don't care what happens. I'm determined to get to you. Okay, you have Leo's energy here with this little thing here. Also Cancer's energy, okay, of course. And that's pretty much it. All right, but that is the Cancer energy for you. And that Cancer, of course, is the opposite sign. According to, not according to me, according to astrology. All right, everything I say here is according to astrology and tarot. So it's not me saying it. I'm looking at the little figures there. Okay, so let's go ahead. So we did Aquarian. If you want to go back, I think you can go back and look at what I was saying. Capricorn, and now we're gonna go into Sagittarius. Sagittarius. There you goes your energy. When I shuffle the cards, they just align quickly. So Sagittarius, you know, I don't know what I get here. Once I shuffle, I shuffle. Today, let's see. Okay, so having a great balance between you and your person. All right, see there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of fire, there's a lot of desire. This is even committing. All right, just finding an easier time because you know the moon is in another fire sign like you, so the energy is going to be beautiful. It's going to feel stable. You know, emotions are going to flow freely. This is having great conversations, everything in moderation. You know, this is when I let my emotions flow easily. How beautiful! Look at this, Sagittarius. So you they even it doesn't have to. It could be platonic. This is soulmate energy. All right, baby, what you need, what do you want? It's gonna be like, no, I get it for you. No, let's get it. It's gonna be a little competition when it comes to who's gonna get to it first. But at the end of the day, it could be romantic or it could be platonic. Let's go out. Where do you want to go? You know, not being not over the top, just the right balance to get things going in your connection. Okay, this could also be a commitment for you today. This could just be yourself. You know, connecting to the energy of the cosmos, aligning yourself with that streamline energy here. You know, those ripples just good. But at the same time, maybe you wanna do something here, and you might not be sure if you want to do it fully. Okay, so this at the same time, this energy is asking you to don't rush in. All right, because here you have one foot here. All right, which is in the on Earth, and the other one is in your emotions. All right, so they're asking you to allow this to unfold naturally, right? But if you find yourself rushing into things, okay, or over committing yourself, you know, there's always a way to find the middle path, but like having a conversation. All right. So if you know that person is for you, like if you're gonna commit, do it all the way. Okay, that's what they're saying to you. When it comes to love, love is kind, love is patience, love is enduring, it's everlasting, it's love, it's giving the light, it's nurturing, right? And it requires emotional stability. All right, and but you're at a great disadvantage here. You're in a great advantage. What I'm trying to say, the Two of Cups is soulmates. Find that person that mirrors me, that loves me unconditionally. You know, that puts me first. You know, that kind of energy. You know, you putting each other in the same energy. All right, having that balance between you and your person. If you have a question, come on in. Let's go ahead to Scorpio. Scorpio, you got the Knight of One. Ooh, okay. So all systems go. All right. Scorpio never misses a beat. All right, Scorpio. Today I am on fire, which represents your water. So be careful because you might burn too quick. All right. Remember, this needs too much fire. Requires you need a little bit of oxygen, breathing. All right. Come up for air. All right, because things could take off quickly and represents, you know, I'm going to go from one thing to the next. So there could be a lot of having a ball, having a great time. You know, she is Miss Bossy. She gets things going. She's assertive. She's productive. She knows what she wants when it comes to love. This could be somebody coming towards you, or this could be you with this person that is irresistible. This is your energy all the time. You know, you don't very intimidating, very beautiful, very alluring. Just having a great time today. It's all about getting out there and and just having a good time, being the center of attention. You're beautiful, you're graceful, and why not? This is somebody that it's middle age, or even if you're not middle age, you could be young but having that old spirit. This is where I know, I know who I am. I know how to be. I know how to present myself, even for my age. All right. The Knight of Wands, he's impulsive. He's enthusiastic about life. He pursues life with grit. He goes. He's intense. He's passionate about life itself. He doesn't miss an opportunity to step out and be seen. You know, and yeah. So let's go ahead. We're moving forward with Libra. Libra, the Eight of Wands today when it comes to love. Okay. So they want you to slow it down a little bit. All right. Or move forward carefully. Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to see the devil. All right. This is premature. It's about descending to the final test. All right. So if you move too fast, it'll burn. Because you tested. See the fire that's here. Where's this fire at? It's descending, but it's going through the fire in order to make it out, right? But if you stay too long, you might get disfigured. And so that is what this is. This is an animal. But anyway, at the end of the day, if I move too fast or do I move too slow? All right. The devil represents the chains. I'm gonna think I speak about the chains. This that represents I like somebody, I liked them, and now I feel trapped. All right. They could symbolize two things: freedom, whether physical, emotional, or societal, or they could represent, I'm connecting. All right. That's it. I'm connecting. I'm having a great time. Right. And so, or you could be probably dealing with a lot of emotional burdens today. All right. That is basically, or maybe you be feeling restricted or feeling trapped, in a circumstance here today. But at the end of the day, it represents unity and connection. Okay. That is simply it. Let's go ahead with there's flame, there's fire, there's passion, there's the erotica, you know. Our instincts, we got good instincts, and so use them to your advantage. Let's go ahead with Virgo. Virgo, you got the Queen of Cups today, and you got the Three of Pentacles. Okay? So whether this is you or this is the person that you want to have a connection with, okay? You could want to have a connection with, let's say that you're a female. Your connections look good today, looks promising. This is the card of finally, right? Getting around the person, experiencing and expression a lot of love and affection and connection. All right. The Three of Pentacles is working with them together. You could be finding yourself cooking. All right. You can find yourself in the kitchen, or you can find yourself at your workplace. All right. Or you can find yourself visiting somebody. This represents the home environment, the work environment. Okay. The chisel in his hand represents him carving here. Okay, maybe going to some art or some place where it requires something. The chisel, all right, and okay, but maybe this person likes to keep covers, all right. But there's something here mysterious because there's something hidden that you're not sure about. Okay, the dots here on her. She likes to wear clothing, right? So anyway, you're gonna find something hidden today. All right, whether this is your energy, emotional connection, looking for the one, where I'm investing my energy, Virgo. Okay, so most likely than not, you'll be connected here with everything's gonna be going great because this is all about collaborating and working well together, efficiency, family, value my relationships. It's all about right? An opportunity today when it comes to love. I love it because this is when we get together. We put both of our minds together, right? between our logic and our intuition, and we work together, we find solutions here, right? Maybe the person is taller, or you're shorter, or they're different, but somebody's different here. Okay? Finding the balance between my cognitive skills, my logic, my intuition, my productivity, the way I handle things, being practical. So you're gonna choose between practicality and emotions today, and finding solutions, finding the middle path is what it's all about when it comes to your relationship. See, I like this because emotions and like water and earth, it makes a solid foundation here, and you build on trust. You guys are both seeing things, different. It's okay agreeing to it's okay to disagree, to agree to disagree. All right? Both have an open mind. And I love it. Let's go ahead and let's go to Leo. Leo, for you, the Justice card and the Eight of Swords. According to how they treat you. All right? What's in front of you. All right? Very subservient energy, what I see here. So what I see here is everything's just going to go great. Everything's just and fair. Everything's balanced out. Maybe by the evening, you're gonna feel like, okay, you're gonna feel different, of course. Throughout the day, we get so caught up that I probably wanna have a little time for myself. The energy of being subservient or having fantasy role playing. She likes to be safe. We come from a long line of heroes according to Greek, Roman mythology. All right, so this have a lot of different connotations on it. All right, because there's nothing to worry about. She likes it. She likes to attend. She likes, restraints. She likes it. This energy is not this. Today here, because of this energy, she likes to be in this situation, but she likes to be the hero. So you can find yourself role playing with your person, all right? Because everything is an equal balance. There's decisions there. If this is sure what you want, and you say yeah, all right. So you can find yourself role playing with your person, right? And just be very subservient. The energy represents, but maybe by the afternoon, I don't want to. I want to do something different. Okay, the justice in the A represents, right, an equal. What you do to me, I'm gonna do it to you. So you reversing the roles today. It's just sexy, wearing different roles with different costumes, just having a great time here. All right. It doesn't the eight of swords doesn't have to come out in the reverse, so it could be a positive card. I'll get it with this major arcana here. When everything is just going great, when everything's firm, fair, you do to me what I do to you. We having a great time, you know. We do just a lot of role playing is what I see here. Not a lot of talking, just a lot of role playing. Okay, we just a lot of sexy, crazy sex. Let's go to because we're going to Cancer. Cancer, the Seven of Swords and the Six of Wands. Okay, so today your energy with the Seven of Swords, um, you're going to have to try to sneak out some time. Okay, what in Cancer, you might. Oh boy, you might today do a little sneaking around because it's like you want to go out in public, but you don't want to be seen. Okay, but you're gonna be seen. So you're trying to sneak out, right? Because this energy here is all about public displays of affection. So you're gonna be dealing with the Six of Wands, which is everything's excitement, right? Or there's a lot of affection in public, mutual admiration with you and your person. So today, just expect, maybe you're not comfortable, maybe I don't want to do these things, and I like privacy. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All right. So this is maybe they're moving in together with a person, or maybe for some of you, the person might try to avoid the conversation about moving in together. Okay, because they're gonna pretend, or they don't want to have the conversations. Okay, maybe you're gonna avoid somebody, or somebody's gonna avoid you. But at the end of the day, that's what it looks like. Let's go ahead to Gemini. Gemini right there. And the Star. So today, this is proactive and active in love. All right. He sets his intentions, and there's no stopping Gemini when it comes to love. Although some of you guys might not want to be in the spotlight, some of you guys do. So it's going to be a pull between, and then, yeah. So throughout the day, you're going to be switching. You're going to be switching your mind here. Should I go out? Should I wear this? No, I don't want to show too much cleavage. Or, no, I don't want to, like that kind of energy. All right. But when it comes to love, a little bit of both, a little bit of duality you're going to deal with today. All right. So you go all the way from the one all the way to the Star. And that's yay way. So embodying these two energies between, I want to be the center of attention and I want to go out, but then it's like you're going to go through this, what I'm going to wear, if the 201 is not here, let me see. No, the Sun. Okay, so you got the Sun. Well, this is not for you, but this is for the next time. Let's go ahead to Aries. Aries. All right, so anyway, you're going to go through this tug of war here. Aries, when it comes to love, I like it because it's healthy, Your home, your security, your family, and this is love making, maybe a little bit, because this is a card of being, serious kind of love. Okay? So I like the Sun. The Sun represents vitality, strength, having the strength to just want to make love, but there's a lot of responsibilities at the same time, Aries. All right? So this is shelter. This is where I'm happy, where I'm loved. Gemini, decide what you want to do today. Okay? Whether you want to stay in and want it to be seen, or are you ready to go out and search for that? Because you're showing up, I'm proactive, I'm ready to go, but then I don't want to go. So you're going to struggle a little bit, especially when the moon, wait till the new moon tomorrow, after the new moon. But make sure you set those intentions for the way you want to, the day you want to see ahead. With that being said, I thank you for joining me live, and I'll see you guys on the next live. I might come back tonight. And it is right now, I'm leaving. It is what time? 4:23. There's somebody there. If you guys want a question, if you guys have a question, come on in. And this is it. Let's find out. Happy Friday. Who's there? Okay. Let me get out of here. With that being said, have a great day, everybody. Let me get this. Let me see how this. Oh, that's what that means. Okay. Let me see what this means. Chat filter, top messages, community moderation. Okay, let's see. Copy link. No, copy it. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. Have a happy Friday. Be safe. Remember, believe in yourself. Have faith in all you do. Courage and strength is yours today and always. Be safe out there. God bless you. Bye-bye.